Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's doing well. First off, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. If you got any questions or comments, foxjunk73@gmail.com, and I try to answer the comments online when I see them or when they pop up on my notifications. If I don't get aggravated. If I see them, I'll try to do the best I can on that, but that's that. So my son and his family were in town visiting with the new baby for 2 weeks. So I got a little bit ahead on Krispy Kreme. So it's all blasted apart. I'll give you a quick walk around on what it looks like. I apologize. I don't have any videos of the engine bay in metal. I tried my hand at a little bit of blasting over there and this and that, and ended up using basically wire wheel, roll lock, 36, 80 grit. Spent basically a week sanding on the thing by hand, and it looks really good. I did have two small patches, one apron on the driver's side from the battery exploding and leaking battery acid down in there, and on the passenger side there was a little small area over there I repaired. Not bad. I'll show you what that looks like. I don't have the A-pillar. I'm going to weld up on the driver's side, stitch weld from top to bottom from where the fire was over there. The seam sealer's all gone inside, and it's got a little surface rust starting. So I'm going to clean that up today, get that welded up, and there's a hole somebody drilled for a wire on that side. It's starting to rust around that hole, so I need to weld that back up as well. I hate when people drill holes. Don't drill holes in your cars. There's a factory grommet. Just use that if you can. So anyway, without beating a dead horse, let's see what it looks like. Warn you, she's all tore down. All right, so we'll quick walk around. Doors are off, all the suspension's off, everything's bare under the hood. Like I said, I've got to finish stripping this A-pillar over here today, up in here where the window sits. I'll get that cleaned up. That side over there is down to bare metal. I got it. That's what the engine bay basically looked like before I primed it. Should have videoed that, but I apologize. That shit happens sometimes. Floors super nice in the car, looking really good. Over here, everything's nice on this side. There's nothing burn on this side. It's all over there, and I'll get over there in a second. So the carpet, I did hose it down. Draped it over my little rack. Simple grain purple power, hosed the crap out of the sound deadener on the back, then let it sit in the sun for a couple days and bake. Once it's dried out, which it is, it's 100% dry now. But I'm going to get a couple of bottles of Febreze. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Put it on the sound deadener and then let it sit in the sun. That way, if it's got any odor or smell or anything left in it, it'll take care of that. So let's check out this real quick. All right, this is driver's side floor, no issues. Front super solid. Yeah, so this right here, I'm going to stitch weld it from top to bottom, get all that sanded. Sorry about the sun, bad lighting. Get all the upper cowl, lower cowl sanded down, reprimered, and get that welded up today. Get all that cleaned up. There's the front. Like I said, got all this cleaned up down through here. Looks really good. I primed up all in the cowl up in this area here. Got all that taken care of and cleaned up by hand. That's a job. All this was done by hand. Now, show you the apron I put in. Now the apron, I could have done the whole thing, but I'm trying to keep all the spot welds. So I just did a little window weld and repaired that. As far as the apron goes, I'll show the old part real quick. So this is the old apron. Right here, this is where the factory hole is. Right in here. And you can see it rusted out to that. So yeah. So basically I did this patch up through here, got all that done, replaced that from the front clip off the Sonic Blue, and this is the other patch I put in. You can see we're starting to weld around that circle right there, just right in here. So now this right here, this is Saleen does this stuff, or whoever does blowers. When they install the blower kit, there's not enough room, so they look like ass, but anybody that has an S351, a lot of the cars look like that. So all the front's nice and straight, radiator support's good and straight, buck tag's still on the car. I did replace these already, got these popped in. So yeah, there's that side. All that's really nice and clean, everything up in there. So far so good on the old creamer. I'm gonna get the rest of this cleaned up, and then yeah, get all that welded up, and then this afternoon I'll walk around the old Sonic Blue, show you the front end tube front we put on it. I'm not a tube front advocate. He's building some little kind of just race car thing out of that car. That car had a hard life. It's a Sonic Blue 03 Cobra, but it's had a hard life, and somebody tried to fix it in the front using a 96 front clip, and they looked like a third grader did it. Maybe looked like I did it, I don't know. Depending on what day it was, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this window channel cleaned up, get that welded up, show you what that looks like once it's done welded up. I'll show you what it looks like cleaned up first, and then I'll get welded and show you after it's welded up too. I'm going to reseam seal that area, sand everything up there, get everything etch primed. Hopefully get everything at 2K. I want to try to block some of these little pinholes, not pinholes, but some of the surface rust that's starting in the front. Get it filled in a little bit with some 2K and get it smoothed out some best I can. Make it look better. So yeah, let's get this done and see what it looks like today. All right, so laying down here in this lovely car, I got the Firewall dressed up, the upper or lower cowl dressed out, the A-pillars dressed out. I'm gonna go eat some lunch and then come back, weld this up, and try to get this in some etch primer here in a couple hours. I got about 2 hours in. See what it looks like real quick. Looks pretty good. This is about what the engine bay looked like. So again, apologize for that, but it is what it is. So let's check this out real quick. All right, so we'll try to get the screen back here a little bit. So I'm gonna leave the factory paint over here. I'll probably sand this a little bit more, get some of this color off of it before I prime it. Firewall turned out really nice. There's a couple little dings in the firewall. Basically, to get those out, just a 1/2-inch socket, hit it with a hammer, and I'm going to do that before I put the dash back in it. Got all that cleaned up. Got a little bit more here. I'll probably hit with a scuff pad. But all in all, it wire wheeled and cleaned up real nice. I got a D8 with 80 grit on a roll lock. I'm going to weld it from the top all the way down like I did the Project Frankenstein, and get that all welded up solid and get that pinhole welded up as well. And then once all that's done, I'll epoxy, or so it's not epoxy, but I'll etch prime 2K. I'm going to reseam seal this and then paint this the whole firewall from this side to side. Basically, I'll tape it around the transmission tunnel down through here and get this all painted nice bright white. And then put a new hood, fresh insulation pad and dash and wiring back in it. And yeah, we're getting close to getting the engine bay painted, get the cradle back in it, so suspension back on it. It's going pretty quick. I think I've been working on this thing for about 3 weeks, something like that. Not too bad. Like I said, helped my son last week a lot on his car, his project he has going on here and one at his house. So yeah, we'll get some primer on this afternoon. I'm gonna go eat some lunch real quick and get back at this, get this welded up. So let's see what it looks like at the end of the day. All right, as you can see, sweating my behemoths off. So I got everything sanded down, feathered out, 8 pillars welded up, stitch welded, looks really good. Got all this sanded over here, ready to put some etch prime on, and we'll see what it looks like. So let's walk around it real quick. All right, so the plan is when I paint the A pillars and the engine bay, I'm going to do the bay, the firewall, and the A pillars at the same time. Right here, I'm going to use this as a split to just paint the whole A pillar all the way up at one time. So right now I'm just going to prime all this with etch primer. So if there's any rust left on there, that acetone will take care of it, but I don't think there's any there at all. Got all that feathered out, all that's all cleaned up. Down in the cowl looks really good. Factory paint's still in really good shape. Everything down through there is looking nice. Walk back over here, got that hole welded up really good. Looks really nice. Dressed it all down. You can see the stitch weld on the outside and over here as well. I got all this door jamb scuffed down and cleaned up really good. All that old seam sealer, took all that out and put new stuff in there. Got this all cleaned up down in here. That's all cleaned up, sanded down and feathered over that way. Stitch weld there, and I went ahead and stitch welded the A pillar to the lower cowl as well. So yeah. So I'm gonna mix up some mesh primer, get some primer on it, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Let's get this knocked out. All right, boys and girls and everything in between. So got it all primered up. Looks really good. It's ready for 2K. Probably do that tomorrow unless it rains. It's supposed to get some rain next day or two. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Turned out really nice for etch prime. I don't know, etch prime don't do much for me, but I think it looks really nice. So let's check it out. All right, so got the A pillars all blended in up through here. Got that all primed up. Got the cowl all primed up down in the cowl, looking good. All of that. Got the welded up spot all primed up. Backside done. This hinge is all done. Blended in the A pillar right up there a little bit. Now, all this old urethane crap up through the window, up through here, I'm going to take all that out and repaint that whole edge back, base coat, clear coat white before I put a new window in it. This is kind of my thing. All right, now up inside. Sorry for the sun, the glare. You know what? Let me close the garage door. Hold on a second. All right, got the garage door shut. Let's see what this looks like real quick with that glare on the firewall. All right, yeah, that looks a little bit better. Been there looking really good. And the bottom all primed up. Back there a little bit. All up in there is done. See where I stitch welded that. All that stitch weld's done, top to bottom. Holes filled in. Blended the firewall all the way over. And got the bottom of the cowl done. So, alright, so sweating my boom was off, like I said. Let's walk out here. I'll show you my son's 03 we did the tube front on. He did most of the work, I just helped. So, give me a second. Alright, so I'm out here in the backyard. Well, not the backyard, technically in the back behind the garage. So this is a Sonic Blue 03 Cobra. He bought it. Front end was really kind of shit rigged in the front. Somebody repaired it and doing a very good job. So he decided to kind of make it into another little race car. The tube front, cowl hood, GT500 style push pins, and let's check it out real quick. All right, so the cowl hood. So we did the tube front. It was really hacked up really bad in front of the shock towers. I think it turned out really, really well for what it was. So, yeah, looks pretty good. Now, I'll use that shuts. Yeah, GT500 style push pins. Pretty cool. So, that's his car. I think he's going to do a video on that on his channel. So, I just wanted to show you what I've been doing the last week or so, week and a half. I did get some recording done, wire wheeling, but all that kind of got lost, kind of helping and doing other stuff. So, that's it for this video. It's etch primed. I'm on 2K, get some paint on it. Right now I got to go up, pick up a front bumper for it and a driver's side skirt up by Louisville. So I'm going to get a quick shower, run up and pick that up. Oh, hold on. She's got to make an appearance today. It's bigger. There she is. Yep. She's always kind of on cue for some reason. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you hadn't done either, please do so. If you have questions or comments, you can hit me up foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can message me below. I know a lot of people wanted to see some work on that thing, actual work, but I don't know anybody wants to watch wire wheeling and sanding. It's just kind of repetitive and boring. Now when I get ready to paint, I'll set up a camera, show you how to paint that stuff. And yeah, we'll kind of leave it at that. Again, thanks again. And just remember, it's not just junk, it's Fox Junk. Have a good day.